guys, Creative Lauri here. Welcome. I have a nice little video here for you today. This is a premiere. I meant to say premiere in my community post, not live, so my mistake. But we can still interact in the comments down below. Just make sure you hit live comments because I'll be there. And then if you're there, we can all, chit chat. You can even put, instead of if you type your comments, you can put it on microphone and then you can just talk into the comments and hit send. I believe you could do that. I can with my phone anyway. Let's get started. This video is about how to frugally get ready for the winter. I know here in California we don't have really severe winters at all in most parts, but it's still cold and there are things I have to take care of around the house. So most of the things that you're going to hear about today are going to be free or close to free or pretty much done on a budget. So like my past videos where I write things down, like how I saved every single day, I did that for this video also. So we're going to go over the inside of your house, the outside of your house, and your yard if you have one, or if you have a balcony or little outside area if you live in an apartment or something. And it's going to talk about just all the things that we have to do to get ready for winter time. I've been trying to squirrel everything away that I can for in preps of the winter. So like me going to the food bank, there's a lot of things that I just I get bulk of and I chop it up and put in the freezer, but we'll get to that. So let's get started. So first of all right, you want to make sure that you're insulating any drafty windows or doors. So go around and check, the areas, or if you've forgotten, that's something you're going to have to wait until it gets a little more chilly maybe or windy. And, put like under your door, if you have like a draft, you can get those weather stripping strips to go across the bottom of your door. But if you can't afford them, just get a towel and you'll just have to put it there every time, you go in and out, but at least you'll have something to protect you from that draft. Same with windows. So that's one thing. And then the other thing is start bringing out your heavier drapes and your rugs. And that way, make sure that they're clean, that they're still usable. I don't put anything away that's not usable anymore. Yeah, I would just say bring all those things out so that you can get them cleaned, make sure they work for you. And if they didn't last year, maybe think about getting like an electric blanket. I'd like to get one for my dad and he keeps saying no, but I have cement floors. It's pretty cold in our house. And put some cardboard in your windows. It's a great insulator. This applies for the summertime also. So that will keep your bills down. If you have cement floors or wood floors, like some people have wood floors, I have cement, or people have tile and it's cold, just put down some rugs. That will help with wherever you're sitting and just so you're not so cold. That does help us. I do bring out our rugs. Yeah, in the garage. Okay, so I wrote in the garage, outside vents, cover them with plastic or cardboard. So in my garage, I have these long, really long, I think they're about 2 feet to almost 3 feet long. They're like vent windows near the bottom on one side of the house so that it can just aerate. And I have a huge window in the garage, so I always put cardboard in there also in the big window. But in that vent, what I like to do is I get some cardboard and then I wrap some plastic, like painter's plastic, or even like a plastic from the Target or your whatever store you go to, cut it up and tape it around the cardboard and then put it up against that vent so that the cold air isn't coming in and the rain won't destroy the cardboard. It helps with too much like it getting rain inside, plus it also helps with the wind. All these kind of help. You might think, gosh, that's a lot of work, but it's just winterizing your home because we don't always, all these little things kind of add up at some point in keeping your house, warmer. So we talked about winter blankets. I have mine over there on the bed behind the camera, my phone, and they're already clean. So just make sure that they're clean. Get your flannel sheets out and your winter clothes. So for me, it's pretty easy when I switch seasons. Basically, it's winter and summer, and I just get each one out. Like for fall, I get the stuff out for winter because it does get a little bit crisp here, but it's really not that cold until I would say Thanksgiving, around there. But I have a tote that I keep all my winter personal clothes in. And then I have a tote for spring and summer also. So before everything goes in there, everything is clean. I check over everything. If anything needs like repairs, I probably don't have the time to do it before I put it away. So I always put it on top. Same thing with your shoes. Bring out your shoes, clean them up. If you haven't cleaned them already, make sure they're good to go. If they're not and you have holes or they're uncomfortable, then get some new ones. Start looking for them now and try to get them now before you're, totally in the winter time, because things sometimes will be more pricey unless you wait till Black Friday or something. But sometimes you need things before then. You've gone through all your things, and look at thrift stores, go to discount stores, shop your friends and siblings' closets. I did that one time. There was a party. It was just called a clothing swap. And we brought all of our unwanted clothing. And that was really cool because we got to swap out things that we, didn't want anymore, but someone else wanted. So the outside, some of the things that I've already done, but I need to do more of, I've already cleaned my gutters. Now, I've cleaned the ones that are easy to reach by a ladder on the first story, but the ones on the second story are just way too high and scary for me to get to. And fix any repairs or rotting wood, which I think I'm going to enter a clip here. You'll see some rotting wood from a plugged gutter. It ruined. What happens when your gutters are clogged and they can't drain out, they're going to overflow. And right in that area it was. And so they can break off, by the way. So it's really good to clean your gutters. But it has created like a waterfall effect onto my pillar in the front of my house. And that wood right there is rotting. So I have to replace that before it starts raining. Okay. All right, so here's that pillar I'm talking about. See how it's rotted out the wood all the way around the pillar. So water is getting inside of that pillar, and that's not good. This is the gutter, that downspout, and you can see that rust on there and even there. So I need to fix those spots in the gutter. Okay, so that's something I definitely have to get to. And if you need wood, if you don't have it, you can look on Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. Sometimes they're giving it away for free, like some 2x4s or whatever, even gutter pieces, things like that. I also have, I don't have a piece of wood, I don't think, for that. So if anything, I'm just going to go to Lowe's and have them cut it for me. So I am going to have Lowe's cut it for me. I'll paint them, and then I'll screw them into place around my pillar. So, and I also have some holes in my gutter from them being clogged. So I found some JB Weld, which I don't know why. I don't know if they don't sell it anymore. But it's a good thing to fix like metal and things like that. And I have some in my stash. So I need to fix, there's like three or four, I don't remember. Definitely 3 spots that I know of. Okay, so now let's talk about the yard. I'm going to enter in some clips too as I talk about this, just so you can see what I'm doing. This is the time to prune your trees and your bushes and shrubs, pull weeds, transplant trees or shrubs and plants, rake your leaves, pull your weeds. Okay, here is where I have a little drain. I forgot to mention drains. Make sure they're clear. As you can see, there's lots of dirt, debris. leaves, which I need to rake up. So there's that one. I have a few in my yard. So that there's one there. There's one over here. Same thing with that one. And there's another one. Actually, two more. So I have 4 to clean. All right, so here are the cardboard pieces I put in the back of my window. I know it doesn't look great, but, and here's my little gazebo that I need to take the lattice down because it will fly off in storms, and all the shade screen and everything. There's my lemon tree, which I need to prune, so I'll definitely get to that in the fall. Can't wait. The other thing is check your fences. I'll put in clips here also. Make sure that you don't need any repairs. So here is where I have to replace one board, and I'm going to do it on my side of the fence because it's on her side that's popping out. Okay, so basically I just have a drill and some wood screws, and I'll be taking care of that. All right, the other thing is take down your umbrellas or anything that would fly away or fall over in a storm. If you need wood too for your fence, you can find free planks on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, or you can buy some. They're about $5, I think, per board, but I only need 2, and I actually have the fence boards already, so I don't need to buy them. They're older, but they still work. The other thing on the inside of your house I forgot to mention is to check your filters for your HVAC system. You know, you want to do this for all seasons because you're running air conditioner or heater. You need to make sure that you have filters to make sure it's breathing. If it's clogged, then it has a harder time and it's overworking and it's going to break down. So make sure you're changing out your filters. I try to do it every month, but realistically, it's probably every 2 months. The other thing, one of the big things is inside your home is check your pantry and freezer. So what I like to do is I look through my freezer and I kind of go through it and organize it better, because as we're pulling things out, you know, things fall and doesn't look so great, and you know, it's like a game of keeping everything in, especially if you have a lot in there. Your pantry, where you keep your dried goods, this is something you definitely want to rotate your canned goods or your dry goods, and always put the newest to the back. Now what I do, because I am really been pretty busy, when I get stuff from the food bank, is I wait about a month and then I put everything just in the front, and whatever is not marked, what I like to do is I take like a Sharpie and I write on there, you know, with big letters, like, okay, the best by date, I just put 10/26. Okay, so that's done. So I know anything that's not marked, I have to put away and rotate it into the back. So that's just a system that works for me, because I don't every single week put the cans away. It's just I let it build up a little bit and then I do it. See how many things you have left of whatever you use a lot of. Like for us, it's rice and beans. So do that for your dried good areas and see how much you have left of everything. So make sure you have enough of what you need, because we really don't know what's going to happen with our weather. Electricity can go down, whatever. We have gas, so I can always cook on the stove, but that's something else to think about. Make sure you have your candles, flashlights, kerosene if you have lanterns, which we do. We have very old lanterns, and I already have them out. I just have to clean one more, but I bought kerosene, oh my gosh, I think during 2020 and, you know, the height of COVID. So get your candles, your matches. If you don't have a gas stove, maybe get a little, like, you know, butane burner so that you can cook for your family. Look for them at garage sales, go to the thrift store, but that is pretty much it, you guys. Oh, one more thing, because this video is going to get really long. When you're putting things in your freezer, this is what I like to do when I get an abundance of veggies. I usually get a lot of carrots, potatoes, celery, onions, what else? Squash, zucchini. So what I like to do is cut up all of those, and they're raw. I don't you know, partially cook them. And I've never noticed a difference, but I think you're supposed to on some veggies. But, you know, probably you guys can leave down in the comments what you do. But I like to do some for, you know, like I mix carrots, potatoes, onions in one and one Ziploc bag. And then I can do one for soup, you know, like have a couple for soups and stews. And then I like to do them separately. So have one for carrots, one for celery, one for onions, one for peppers, whatever, one for squash. Right now we're getting so much from people's gardens, and, you know, this is the time to save it. Even tomatoes. You can do your tomato sauce now and put them in Ziploc bags and freeze them. But what I like to do is I like to shred my zucchini and then put that in a separate bag, like a couple of them, so that I can make specifically zucchini bread later for the fall. Then I do one that's chopped and I keep that separate. So that's for like soups or stews or stir fries. And then same with, you know, like if you have pumpkin, same idea. So I like to have several different ways in keeping my veggies in the freezer. I don't have a whole lot of space. And right now I have lots of fruit left. And it's, I think, 100 today. So we're going to have a smoothie for a snack later. But I hope these tips were helpful. I really enjoy talking with you guys through comments, but I'm really liking to be able to do that down below in the live chat today. So please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. I will see you all later. Thank you for joining me in today's premiere. I will see you all later. Bye, guys. And if you're watching this after the fact, leave your comments below what you do to winterize. Bye, guys.